welcome to the Verve in Natick. My name is Alastair Mclean, I'm the Food and Beverage Director here. I'm here today with my helper, Isla Mclean, my daughter. She's 6 years old. 6?
No.
How old then? 4 years old, okay, all right. So today we're going to be helping make a Mother's Day special. We're going to be doing some cinnamon bun French toast. So together we're going to go through some easy steps on how to make mum something nice and simple for breakfast in bed maybe on Mother's Day, and something the kids can help out with as much as they can. Should we get cooking? All right, what do you want to do first, the bread? So we're going to show you how to make a French toast that's going to be a little bit different from your regular French toast. Here we've got it's a cinnamon bun loaf. So if you have your cinnamon rolls that look something similar to this, you could always use these. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get our bread ready first, and we're going to cut it into nice even slices. So,
okay.
Ready? I grew up with my mum teaching me a bit in the kitchen at times. Yeah, sure. I used to always have a lot of fun baking and everything like that. So I was doing a lot of little things, baking muffins and cakes when I was younger. My mum's family is an Italian background, so she used to always teach me how to make old-fashioned polenta and traditional Italian dishes, so that was always great having her around. She would cook meals for me and my brothers every single night, so it was always good sort of seeing what she was coming up with in the kitchen and learning a little bit more, and then obviously trying to pass some of that on to the kids. You hold there. That's better. All right, so we're just going to get 2 or 3 nice slices. But
remember you said I can taste anything?
Yeah, you can taste anything. You want to taste some? It's cinnamon toast or cinnamon bread. So the most important thing obviously to taste is while we're cooking is to make sure that everything tastes the way it should taste before we put it in. Obviously we don't want to have anything that's in there that's too salty or too sweet or too much cinnamon. So a great way of doing it is tasting as we go. Does it taste good? All right, so that means we can keep it in. Perfect. All right, great. So we're going to get on to cutting some of our strawberries now.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, you can do that? Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so do 5. Can you count to 5?
1.
There you go. Obviously, as much as you can, buy strawberries from as close to your house as you can. If you happen to go to a farmer's market that's close by to your house, then that's always great to get them from there. If not, you know, there's a bunch of places locally that'll sell organic strawberries or berries. We're doing a mix of blueberries and strawberries today. If you'd like to use blackberries or raspberries, and we're going to cut these up just a little bit smaller, okay?
Okay, can I?
Sure. Perfect. And then half again. And one more. Okay. So all we're doing at the moment is just dicing up the fruit a little bit smaller. That way when we put it on top of the French toast at the end, you're going to be able to eat it in a couple of different bites and get a bit of the flavour in every bite. Perfect. I think there's always a good mix between having, you know, good textures in terms of being nice and sweet or nice and salty, or a mix of both of those things. So we're going to be doing obviously something that, hey, those mixes between having that sweetness and that fat content and everything like that is always really good to have in a nice balanced dish. So to add in there, we're going to have a little mix of blueberries. You got it.
I'll try to cut.
There you go, good girl. So just in half once. And like I said, whatever berries, if it's raspberries, if it's boysenberries, blackberries, any of these things will be the same. Frozen berries will work just as good. We're going to add a little bit of sugar to them. So what's going to, that's going to make that do is draw out all of the juices. That way it's sort of going to make like a little berry sauce. Essentially that's going to go on the top, and that's going to be add that nice tart element for our sweet dish. I think keeping dishes rather simple is really key. And you don't need a whole heap of different ingredients to do that. You can do that with, what have we got today? 7 different ingredients, and we'll have something that's, you know, made from home. You didn't have to go out there and do anything for it. And it's going to be something that's going to be really nice. So what we need to do now is we're just going to put a little bit of powdered sugar on top of this.
Oh, I want to do that.
All right, so you're going to put just 1 nice scoop.
That's not enough.
Yeah, that's enough. Perfect. And then we'll have this spoon here, and all you want to do, you can...
What about my spoon?
Yeah, you can use your special spoon then, there you go. You got it in your tool belt? All right. So give that a little mix around, and we're just going to add a little dash of vanilla. There we go, just to give it some more flavour.
Yeah.
There you go. And what this is going to do, we're doing the strawberries and berries first with the sugar because this is going to let all the strawberries and blueberries, all the juices will come out a little bit with the sugar. That way it'll end up sort of being a little wet rather than just having the fresh berries. This will just make sure that that tartness and the sweetness spreads out throughout the whole dish. Nice. So as I mentioned before, we've got 2 kids, Charlie and Isla. Both are very much themselves, which is awesome to have 2 kids that are very much themselves. Isla has always been a big fan of cooking in the kitchen, right? What's your favourite thing to cook in the kitchen? We've never made cinnamon bread. I think it's a really good introduction for kids because they can get to see how the food is made rather than just seeing the finished dish. We're going to get to the stage where we're now going to make essentially our batter that's going to go onto our bread. So we're going to use a couple of eggs and then add a little bit of cream. We'll whisk that together. And then we're going to be putting our bread into that mix to try and wet it up for our French toast. Yeah, keep going. You can put the eggs in, yeah. There you go. Now use your 2 hands. You got it. All right. Perfect. You can do 3. All right. Perfect.
Down a little.
So the important part about having the French toast is the mix between the eggs and the cream. So the cream's going to add that nice, you know, decadent sort of layer of the French toast, and the eggs what's going to make sure that it coats onto the bread without losing any of that sort of flavour. So you can do 1 little scoop of sugar just to sweeten it up a little bit into the eggs. Yeah, that's plenty. One more thing, we've got to put the cream in. So just pour a little bit of cream in. I'll tell you when to stop. Well, a little bit more. Perfect. Great job.
Okay.
All right, now we can get your whisking going. Let's see your whisk. You gotta mix it all up. So break all those eggs up. Make sure they're mixing in with all the sugar and the cream. What's your most favorite thing at the moment to eat? So while Isla's doing that, I'm going to start another little thing here because we'll do a little cream garnish on top. So she's going to be whisking. Yeah, you're going to do this as well, yeah?
All of it?
Oh, stop. Now this is when you got to go really fast. And then I'll do a little bit after you. So this is essentially a chantilly cream. We're just going to have whipped cream. Usually you can use your mixer at home. We're going to try to see if we can't whip it like this. And all it is cream with some powdered sugar in there, or a sweetened cream if you want to add, you know, vanilla syrup in there or anything like that, that's fine. And just for this, we're going to add just a little bit of lemon juice in there. All right, so with this, we've got to make sure we whisk as much as we can. So this was just heavy cream that we'll whisk into a nice little whipped cream. So if you want to use the can, you can use the can at home. If you don't want to have cream at all, if you want to use yogurt, that would also work completely fine. Or if you can just want to use the maple syrup that we're going to put on there, that'll work as well. So this is one of those options that you can cook to however someone wants to, someone likes their food, I should say. Not everyone likes whipped cream on their stuff, so use a KitchenAid, use a whisk. You've just got to make sure that you don't have too much there. Your favourite, right? Does it taste good? You're just eating the whole time while I'm cooking. I think you've got the best job. Good? We've really got our 3 components to our dish ready here. So this is the part of the dish that I really like the most. The fact that we've got a little bit of whipped cream, which you can buy in a can at the shop. If you don't want to use it, you don't use it. You've just got some fresh or frozen berries there that are going to obviously add that tartness and the colour, if I have any whipped cream left over. And then it's just going to be the batter for the French toast. So if you wanted to use plain bread, you can use plain bread. Like I said, we're going to do the cinnamon one today just to add a little bit of change to what you usually do sort of thing. So at the moment, all we need to do is put our bread into our batter. You want to chuck that in? All right, and now you need to flip them over. Your hands are going to get dirty. That's it, good girl. So we're just making sure that all the bread's completely covered in the egg wash and cream. So we're ready to cook. So here we've just got a little flat stove. Obviously you can do it in a fry pan or anything that you've got at your house. Just make sure it's on a nice medium temperature. And then we're just going to start off with a little bit of butter on here. Starting with a hot stove is critical. Any time you're doing any kind of cooking, you should always start with a hot stove, a hot pan. This is really going to put the good sear on whatever you're doing. And then that way, obviously, the presentation of the dish is going to look really nice. So the important bit, once it's in the pan, we've got it at a nice temperature. If it's too hot, everything's going to go scrambled too quickly. If it's too cold, it's just going to take 20 minutes to try and cook. So everything here, we can see the butter's bubbling around here nice. It's going to add a nice crust to our cinnamon toast. As we're working around, the egg will start to cook a little bit on the edges. You can try and trim those edges just a small bit. That way you won't have any excess when you go to flip. Why should we show Mum we love her, Isla? Does she read you bedtime stories and give you cuddles at night time when you want them the most? All right, there we go. So it's always nice to make Mum feel special like that too, right? So I think this is a really nice way that it's obviously fun for whoever's cooking with the kids to, to show, give a little back and show Mum that we care about her, right? We love Mum, right? So I think this is a nice way for families. They could do something special for Mum, because obviously it's always good when the kids are involved in the present or whatever it is, and they can sort of say that they helped do something that mums can enjoy, obviously, without having the stress of doing it themselves or cleaning up afterwards or any of those kind of things. So it's really nice that they'll get to be involved with this kind of thing. The French toast has had about 2 minutes, 3 minutes on each side. You can see that we've turned it over. We've got a nice golden brown crust on the edge there. So we'll be ready to now obviously plate up. So the best thing about this dish is it is really easy to plate. It was really easy obviously to prep. Not a lot of cooking skill. It's sort of something that you'll be able to achieve at home and repeat. Yeah, I see your little cream mustache, I see. Okay, so we're just going to take this off here. We'll get this ready to plate. We'll do a couple of little triangles. Okay. And now we can start getting our plate set up. So we'll just do some crisscrosses with everything. So we've got French toast is on the plate. We're going to put some maple syrup on top. So just a little bit all over the top. All right, you want to scoop on some strawberries?
Mm-hmm.
There you go, get them all in there.
Even blueberries?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Perfect. So then all we'll do now is finish off with a little bit of our chantilly cream. We can just do a nice dollop of that on top. And if we want to get really fancy, we'll do a little sprig of mint. And that can be Mum's Mother's Day breakfast in bed. So thank you for joining us today. This is our cinnamon French toast for Mother's Day. I'm Chef Al, we're at the VERVE pantry. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. This was my assistant, Chef Isla. Thank you very much for all your help today. Do you want to say Happy Mother's Day?
Happy Mother's Day.
There you go. So thanks very much, guys. Enjoy your Mother's Day, and hopefully a few of you can repeat what we cooked here, and Mums can enjoy a little bit of breakfast on Sunday.